Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
Reasons why people don't like Gwen Stefani and the cultural appropriation allegations and controversy. By the way, this is not my personal opinion. I am just analyzing. I'm keeping my opinion all the way out of it. But let's talk about it. So Gwen Stefani gained popularity after leaving No Doubt with her album Love Music Angel Baby, and it showcased a lot of Harajuku girls in Japanese culture. Also seen on in the public wearing, you know, things from the Indian culture. Here you go. Then the Cholo in Mexican culture as well. Obviously, when Gwen Stefani was gaining her popularity, cultural appropriation wasn't even a huge topic. People didn't even know what it was, and this kind of stuff was acceptable. But in the recent years, people have been looking back on her music and her music videos and calling her out for her controversy. And they feel like she used Harajuku girls as a prop and object and was appropriating Japanese culture. When Japanese people show their culture, they are dehumanized and they're called all types of names. But when Gwen Stefani did it, she was popularized for it. So people don't like her for that reason. They feel like the only reason why she got popular was because of this aesthetic that she stole from other culture. And here's her defending it. Make sure to pause and read.
She's really not. The only thing I'm in awe of about her is her audacity. Here she is in 4K using Asian women as accessories. This is from a 2004 AOL Live session. Yeah, that's problematic. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's disgusting. The choreography is literally them worshipping her for a style that Harajuku created and then she appropriated. And to this day, she refuses to apologize for that. You're probably not even gonna listen anyway. You might not even watch this video, but these are the facts. So I don't know what to tell you.
I guess I'm just reckoning with the fact that we just let Gwen Stefani get away with this.
I recommend checking out Spence's video as well, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I personally find the Harajuku girls so humiliating, I guess for lack of a better word. So the four women who portray the Harajuku girls are obviously real people, but the characters of Love, Angel, Music, and Baby are really just Gwen Stefani's fantasy of a Japanese woman, and nowhere is this more apparent in the fact that her primary usage of them is in incredibly lucrative product lines. And when Gwen Stefani made a cartoon about the Harajuku girls, she chose to portray them as racially ambiguous, rather than explicitly Japanese. This, to me, is the logical end of the Harajuku girls fetish, one in which Gwen Stefani gets to create a fantasy version of Tokyo in which she doesn't have to deal with any actual Japanese people.
Hello, my strange little onions. You asked, so I'm delivering part 43 of creepy conservative men who come into my DMs because they think I'm a woman. Once upon an Instagram DM notification. Hey, he said. His profile picture was a really attractive man, like really attractive. So I went to his profile to see if he actually was the man in his photo. And he really was. Little bit about him. He's an active member of the Young Republicans, recently graduated from college, was a member of a fraternity, and his pronouns in his bio are, your mom. Now, I, being a very kind person, will respect whatever you want your pronouns to be. Hello, mother, I said. What? He asked. What do you mean, what, Mom? I asked. I think you think you're messaging a different person, babe. He said, I'm not your mom. Oh, I know that, I said. I just wanted to respect your pronouns. LOL, that was just my little joke making fun of the liberal indoctrination, he said. Really? I asked. Yeah, it's that joke. You know, the, what are you doing? Your mom, he said. Oh, okay, I said. So what you doing, gorgeous? He asked. Your mom, I said. LOL, he said. What do you like to do for fun? He asked. Your mom, I said. Where do you live? He asked. I'm in Alabama. I live with your mom, I said. You are so immature, he said. That's not what your mom says, I said. Fudge you, he said, but he did not say fudge. Watch your language, young man. Your mother and I have discussed this, and we don't like that vulgarity. Next time you do it, we will be forced to wash your mouth out with soap, I said. Listen, you crazy bitch, you might think you're funny, but you're not, he said. I mean, I do think I'm funny, but I don't think that's funny. But hey, it's your joke. Apology accepted, he said. Show me your chesticles, and all is forgiven, he said, but he did not say chesticles. That's when he sent me a picture of his ding-a-ling. For reference. I do not appreciate the unsolicited nude, and I don't think your mother would either. By the way, did you know you tagged her in a lot of your posts? I asked. I don't understand why he blocked me so quickly. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, my strange little onions. I love you. Be sure to like, comment, and consider subscribing.
All the leaves are brown.
The leaves are brown.
And the sky is gray.
All the leaves are brown.
I feel for a walk.
All the leaves are brown.
So black-owned businesses will now be amplified on Instagram. This new feature will allow...
I don't know what's more off-putting. The fact that he's trying to white-splain the merit, hard work, struggles, and failures of being a black-owned business, or the fact that he's mad because Instagram wants to amplify black businesses because black businesses do not get the same level and same quality of consumer support that non-black businesses receive. I find it kind of interesting that he wants to sit there and give off low-key racist vibes because he thinks that a black-owned business success is not based off of merit and good quality product and services, but the color of their skin. I bet non-black businesses are going to utilize this feature. Watch.
If you're really about your money or not, can you really take dick or not?
So today I'm going to be showing you some different tampons. Please stay. Now my normal brand of tampons is NaturCare because it's organic cotton tampons and they don't have applicators in them, which means that it's better for the environment and better for your body because synthetic materials are a no. Some materials like polyester or just random things get put into tampons and we put that inside our bodies, so it's not good. This is a regular tampon. This is non-applicator, there's no applicator, and this was what I may use for the last couple days of my period. This is a super tampon, this is like midway in my period. And this is a super plus tampon, so this is like right at the beginning when I have a heavy flow. Although this might be common knowledge for a lot of people, probably most anatomically male people just don't know this. My first reaction to that video was rage. I was really angry about being sexualized for things we just can't control. And then I realized that men don't get educated on women and female bodies. So even though I might regret this, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I used to be a Republican. I also actually used to be an All Lives Matter person. So really, I was low-key racist. I should be ashamed to admit this, but I'm not. I'm not because I was raised a certain way. I saw a problem and I changed it. I educated myself and I changed the way I felt. Anyway, the moment I realized white privilege was real was before I'd ever even had a name. I was 30 years old and I was driving home in my late husband's car. It was dark and I got pulled over because my tabs were expired. I explained to the officer that it was my husband's car and not mine. He was fine with that. He was going to let me go. And then he asked for my ID. My license was also actually expired. My fault. When he asked for my insurance and registration, I told him that in the glove box there very well could be a loaded handgun that's not registered to me. He let me go. He told me to have a good night and that he didn't want to deal with it. If I was a person of color, I very likely would not be here making this video right now. That would have not went down like that. That's white privilege.
Someone said being white in America is like being right-handed. And my first thought was, what the heck does that mean? Then he went on to describe some of the things that were just constructed for them. First he said, look at a pair of scissors. And I said, what does that have to do with anything? By design, they were made for right-handed people. Which means someone who is not right-handed will struggle even though they have the same tools as a right-handed person because the tool is not designed for them. I was thinking to myself like, okay, that's only one example. Now look at a desk in a classroom. 99.999999% of the time, they're going to be made for right-handed people. And after thinking about it, I realized that I never thought about that a day in my life. And that's because I'm right-handed and I really never noticed. It's not that you don't have white privilege, it's just that you don't notice it.
Burn my house to the ground! My family's dead! What'll I do?
If you wear a dress, you're probably gonna have a hard time getting laid.
This is quite literally my favorite TikTok of all time. Of all time. It gets better. It's not over.